Hey everybody, this is the Mrs. Wolfie from our half-acre homestead with a tea break. This tea break is announcing a few temporary changes to my channel. Only because with the amount I'm going to be uploading, this is what's going on. The coronavirus is apparently in full swing across Canada. And some people are treating it with hypervigilance, which is not a bad thing. Some people are disregarding it like, it's just the flu, right? I got nothing to worry about. I don't have time to explain. Everybody, you're all adults. We all know it's important. Wash your hands. When you greet somebody, do it from a distance, give them a peace sign, blow them a kiss, but do not touch. Wash your hands if you do make contact with people. These things are very, very important. Now, my sister lives in a 23-story apartment building in Mississauga, outside of Toronto, in the greater Toronto area. And she's sharing an apartment with someone else who has dogs and has to go in and out of the apartment and down 22 floors to take her dogs out every day and then bring them back up. And if you think about it, apartment buildings, I used to call them zombie traps. Okay, apartment buildings are boxes that just keep recycling the air, and they don't change the filters. It's an older building. They may not change the filters as often. And think about it, 23 stories, like 1,000 people using like what, 4 elevators? Think about the amount of traffic that those and bacteria that those elevators trap. Right? So my one, Wendy's eldest son's in Australia. Her second son, who's bringing her up right now, he works in a bar, right? So he can't, and Andrew and Jackie both work outside the home. Well, Jackie's going back to work. Andrew works outside the home, and they've got a 1-year-old baby. So if my sister gets sick, she's pretty much stranded there. Right? So, we were talking about I called her yesterday and we were talking about the Prime Minister's talk about, if you're going abroad, it's time to come home. If you're abroad, it's time to come home while you still can, and blah, blah, blah. They're shutting the borders, all the borders except with the U.S. All those things. And Wendy said, Andrew's thinking about trying to get me the hell out of Dodge. And I said, well, it's not a bad idea. And I said, Wendy, come here. Come here. Yes, Howie goes out to Ottawa every day, but he pays for his gas with a debit card at the pump. And by nature of his job, they all work like 18 feet apart or 10 feet apart from each other. And the only time they kind of congregate is in the lunchroom, and Howie doesn't go in the lunchroom. He sits on a crate and thinks about the work. He looks at his job and eats his lunch and thinks about the work. So when he comes home and has a shower, we're clear. And we don't, there's not a lot of kissing or hugging or anything like that, right? So we're pretty isolated. And we're pretty good at containing anything, hopefully, from coming into the house. So that's what's happening. I've been cleaning all day. No, my office isn't clean, just the floor is tidy, but I've been sweeping and vacuuming and dusting and washing floors and stripping beds and washing bedding. I'm dying here. I'm getting pain up in a little stabbing needle like pain up in my shoulder joint. I've dislocated that shoulder before. Anyway, my nephew is on his way here with my sister, and they're wearing gloves and masks because they're coming out of the big city. My sister's been pretty good in being isolated in her 2 rooms of her apartment, but my nephew brought her gloves and a mask so that she could get down out of the building and into the car and all the way here without Mikey infecting her or the elevator infecting her or anything like that. So, folks, there's a lot of people preaching the end of days, and then there's a lot of people, are going, oh, it's just the flu and all those things. What you do, okay? But it doesn't hurt to be cautious. As a matter of fact, it's a matter of respecting your fellow man for being cautious, right? So what's going to happen is my sister's up here now. She's going to be here in about 40 minutes, and she's here for the duration of the virus. And if she gets sick, I'll look after her. And if I get sick, she'll look after me, and vice versa. And Howie's sleeping downstairs to keep minimal contact. He'll come home and he'll go right downstairs and he'll shower. And then he can come up and join the family. But we just, won't touch or anything like that. So I'm really tired. So the reason I'm telling you all this is because I haven't been able to put out many videos. And it's going to get a little more sketchy because now I have an extra person here who's sharing my bedroom, and I don't have the house to myself during the day to make and edit videos the way I normally would. Hasn't it been a nuts winter? I mean, first I got sick in November, and then no sooner did I get off through the pain and all that stuff when I realized how exhausted I was just from trying to function while I was sick. And now, we're kind of going into self-imposed sort of isolation to keep things down. But at least we got my sister out of the big city. And she's out here with minimal contact with the outside world and lots of fresh air. So, this is the Miss Wolfie from our half-acre homestead saying, I am going to be doing my live feeds every day. Probably tomorrow I'll do it at the quilt frame. But I'll be doing my live feeds every day. And I will make videos as I can. But right now, keeping my house clean and sanitized is the #1 priority. And it's not easy to do in my condition. All right? So please be patient. I appreciate all your patience from this winter. I'm just going to ask you to be patient a little bit longer. And remember, folks, if you love somebody, I haven't seen my sister since January, but I'm not going to be hugging her. I'm not going to be kissing her. We're going to be, doing hand signs and blowing kisses and stuff from a minimum of 4 feet away. Why? Because we love and respect each other. It's a matter of respect, right? So take care. God bless. I'm praying for everybody. And it doesn't hurt to be cautious, okay? I love you guys. Don't ever forget that.